Hello, everybody. If you see that I went live like 3 different times, it's because I was having trouble getting the broadcast to start. So I'll go in and delete the shorter ones, but it looks like we are good to go now, thankfully. Here to start the 20th season of this Pacers dynasty here. You can see we officially outgrew the screen here of championships. We started here in 83-84, took us a few seasons to become the best, and we've more or less stayed the best, other than this year where we lost in the first round of the playoffs, but we try to ignore that. We've just completed the 2002 off season. Sorry it's taken me a while to get back to kicking off this season. I've been busy watching Summer League, but now that most of the top players are not even playing in Summer League, I'm not really prioritizing that as much now. So wanted to get back to this because we are going into LeBron hunting season here. 2003 draft, one of the best ever. Some say the best ever. And we've got lots and lots of draft picks ready to go, hoping to get LeBron or Wade or Carmelo or Bosh or who knows who. But we've got a pretty loaded team before that. You can see who we're planning on starting. I thought about maybe changing some things up, but we're going forward with what we had last year, more or less. Big change, we had the number one pick, Yao Ming, following up the number one pick from last year, Pau Gasol. So we're definitely holding back some people from competing for Rookie of the Year, but hey, they get to win championships. We're playing without a backup point guard, really, because we've got Nash and Payton both starting, so they can cover point guard. And then kicking off the season with Manu playing 6 minutes, those can easily be absorbed into others like Richardson or anybody really at the guard positions. So we'll see how he does in those 6. It just felt like 81 overall he should probably be playing. You can see Boozer we also got this year with the 11th pick. We signed Steve Smith as our kind of extra veteran. Sean Marion probably on the trade block here because he's in the last year of his contract. I don't see a future for him, especially with how many draft picks we have going into 2003. So we might be looking to trade him, not really sure for what. There's not really much to upgrade on this team, but we can see if anybody's struggling or if there's any injury, we might want to target somebody. So that's the rotation. I didn't do practices because I still am a little confused. It says no session, so I'm hoping once I simulate a few days that changes, because you can see here it shows there are practices, but for some reason it says none when I go to the practice schedule. So we're going to go ahead and get started and see when our first loss will be. I'm going to guess it's within the first 5 games because it tends to happen that way. Let's go ahead and get started. Well, it took us exactly 1 game to get our first injury. Gary Payton has strained his quad. He's going to take a seat. I kind of want to get Pippen in the starting lineup because he's not much of a scorer at this point in his career. We can let Tony Parker play now. That's kind of nice. Make Smitty active. And we'll go mess with the rotation here. Alright, so Kobe is shooting guard. Pippen, his stamina probably a little low, so we'll go 6 minutes. Richardson's going to be small forward, Manu shooting guard. Sure, Pippen can start off the second. Something like that. I think I am going to play Kobe a little more. Let's let Manu finish the half. And now, pretty much the same thing here. I guess Kobe might be small forward over Richardson. I guess technically since I have him that position, we can do it that way. Why not? Manu, and then we can let Pippen finish the game. So we gave Kobe an extra minute. Probably give 25 to Pippen sounds okay, 23 for Richardson, 18 for Parker. We can give Steve Nash a little bit more probably. Something like that, 32 and 16. All right, let's save that. I probably have a no GP lineup that we used. There we go. All right, so Manu's up from his 6 minutes. Richardson, I think, might have even had more of that before, but no big deal. No changes to the big guys. I do want to check Pippen's stamina. 88. Okay, 25 is fine. But don't want him to play too much more than Richardson, because Richardson's the same overall. Well, we annihilated the Cavs. I do want to see. So do we have practices now? No, we do not. Why do we not have practices? Is it a glitch? Are we actually practicing? Is there a setting? Off-season auto. It's like coaching features or something, right? I thought there was such a thing. There it is. Team features. Team automation. I have everything off. Practices I don't think is a thing. No. So do I need to do it? If anybody has the answer, it shows you can see the little clipboards. That means there are practices planned, but I go in here and there are none, and there aren't even shoot-arounds before games. So maybe I'll do one more week just to see if it pops up. I scored 140 points. Let's get GP back in. Probably give him a couple minutes off from what he was doing. It'd have to be Nash. Sure. Hopefully Parker did all right in his limited game time. It says Kobe should only play 28. It's not good. Oh boy. Alright, 4-0. I'm now going to see are there practices. There are now. No, there aren't. There are some. There are shoot-arounds before games. But not in these. What in the world? So right before the Sixers. That's here, but there's no shoot-around until November 22nd. And then even then there's one study film. This is weird. I guess I'm going to have to do it. Well, that'll slow things down. The Cavs are not good. It's been a while, so I don't remember really who's on what team. So it'll be nice to refresh myself as I go against everybody. I only shot 10 threes in this game, made 3 of them. We got Shaq getting 6 assists, Kobe leading the way. Scottie Pippen had a great game off the bench. That's Charles Smith scoring 11. They had 3 guys barely getting double digits, and they're not good people. This is an awful team. They are going LeBron fishing as well, but I hope that I have their pick if they're that bad. 27-point win over the Pistons. Jason Kidd, 24-16. Tayshaun Prince, who was the 13th pick on the Pistons, that's pretty fun. They also had the second pick with Amare, so this team is trying to turn things around. They were not good last year, that's why they had the second pick. Kobe, 35, he made 17 of 18 free throws. Dirk gets 20, 2 double-doubles here for Shaq. Tony Parker did great in his one game of action. We got a triple-double for Scottie Pippen in a spot start in his 16th season. He's not had a triple-double since 95-96, which was his last year with the Pacers before coming back midseason last year. So how about that? Scottie Pippen moving up the triple-double rankings. Yao Ming, 10 points, 2 rebounds. I forgot to look what he did in the first game here. His first game he did not score. He was 0 for 4 with 6 boards and a block. Alright, beat the Sixers by 10. They only have 1 win. GP makes his return. Played 4 extra minutes. Don't know why. Kobe had a nice game. Shaq didn't get many rebounds, but 10 for 13. Oh, 1 for 9 from the line's awful. And for the Sixers, we got Brian Grant getting double-doubles. Birdman up here almost getting double-doubles. This team looks like it lacks scoring as well. And 27 over the Celtics. Michael Redd, who started out as a Pacer. They still have Stackhouse. Camby, they got Tim Hardaway last year. It's a decent-looking team. They'll get better. Kobe, not a great game. Nash only missed 1 shot. Shaq with another double-double. I think Dirk went up quite a bit at rebounding, so I thought he'd take away from Shaq's boards, but not so far. Pippen was 7 for 7. That's cool. Alright, I guess I'm doing practices now. 2 games before the Sixers. Let's do a little conditioning to get our guys in shape. And then we can do team system. That should be a shoot-around. This should not be something I have to do. I know I didn't pay like a lot of attention to it in previous seasons, but I'm pretty sure I had practices. There should be shoot-around every game day. I've never seen it not like that. So we'll just check it, I guess, at the start of every month or so, since you can see almost a full month. See if it starts doing it correctly. Do a little team bonding here. Don't need to study film. There's the shoot-arounds. Study film there. Okay. Keep rolling here. Play the Pistons again. Had a tough time with the Sixers both games, even though they're not great. Battier in a second for Nash in a second. No, thank you. Alright, 6-point win over the Sixers. Scott Pollard this time leads the way with 17 points. So it was Brian Grant the first game, now Pollard. They got everybody getting even amount of points. This was in overtime. I don't see why this group of players would go into overtime with this group of players. But okay. Shaq with another double-double. Dirk fouled out. Richardson 11 off the bench. I guess I have Pippen playing 25-26, so starting him playing 25 was not much of a change for him. Yao Ming, 5 points. Powell was not great. 17-point win over the Sonics. They're 6-2, so this is the Garnett, Duncan, Baron Davis team. Pretty cool. His rebounds are way down. They still have Smits as well, who refuses to retire. Davis and Houston both fouled out. This is a good-looking team. Oh my, Shaquille O'Neal goes off for 37 points. Didn't even get a foul. His free throws have been horrendous. He has a 1 for 9 game and now a 5 for 19. Dirk's been good. Peyton with a double-double. Nash 14 assists but shot terribly. Richardson also shot terribly. And another big win over the Pistons. 3 guys with 20. Dirk and Shaq both with lots of rebounds. Shot pretty well. Manu got a steal and 2 fouls. Looks like he might as well not have played. Yao's career high now, I think, is 12. At least we held Jason Kidd under a little control there. Stoudemire fouled out in 20 minutes. J.R. Reed scoring 18 points at age 34. He's averaging 12 for this team. Well, what is happening? We got 4 home games here this week. They're all wins. Steve Nash broke his leg. So we just gave him a contract extension, I think, at the beginning of the season. So that's not great. Parker's going to have to play. It's a good thing we got some depth. That's not a problem for this team. I don't know if that's why they give me such horrific injuries. They're like, yeah, you got the players. You can deal with it. So it's going to be very similar to what we did when Peyton got hurt. Of course, I just did that wrong again, didn't I? Because that should be Kobe. Then we had Pippen. That was Richardson. I gave one more to Kobe. I think it was there. And then Manu. Actually, I think I gave that to Kobe and that to Pippen. There we go. And then this is Kobe, Richardson, Manu, Kobe, Pippen. Whoops. Let's have Gary Payton finish the game, please. 32, I think he should probably play more than 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. Should he maybe, let's have him start the fourth. Let's do that. Got Kobe up to 34, Pippen's at 26. This should be small forward. Alright. 14-14. No, Steve Nash is probably a thing already. Yep. Alright. Well, we're still in pretty good shape. Richardson only ended up at 22 this time. I think because I had Nash only at 32 and I'd been at 25, so we'll go with that. We did win all 4 of the games. This one by 9 over the Blazers. Dirk leads the way. Kobe nice. Peyton, good stat line. Not so great double-double for Shaq. 3 for 10. Richardson with 10 off the bench. 9 assists for Pippen. Shandon Anderson leading the way with 21 points. Some of these teams that don't have scores. I mean, Zach Randolph should be stepping it up. Oh, yeah, he's up to 18 points per game, 76 overall. Bibby's averaging more. He played 40 minutes. It's 33 over the 2 and 8 Suns. Everybody's scoring double digits except for Yao and Manu. Yao 1 for 5. We again barely shot any threes. Shaq's getting lots of double doubles. Dirk got one too. Nash 17 assists. I like that. Iverson's going to be scoring all sorts of points for this team. They did draft. They've had Crawford. Who did they draft? Jefferson was last year. Maybe they didn't. I thought they got somebody this year as well. Alright, 39 over the Raptors. Kobe and Dirk leading the way. We made 9 threes in this one, including 3 for 3 from the glove. Scottie Pippen likes this role on the team, I guess. Shaq, another 11 and 10 game. Nash, not great from the field. Tim Thomas leading the way for the Raptors. Michael Finley only played 19 minutes. Oh my gosh, he's only 71 overall. Oh, he's hurt. Okay, that's good to know. Then we go 4 points over the 9 and 3 Magic. So they are good, it looks like. Dirk shot lots of threes, only made 2 of them. Kobe got 16 points in 40 minutes because this is the game Nash broke his leg on 0 for 4 shooting, 6 assists in 11 minutes. So that made Kobe play more, and you'd think it'd be Peyton or you put Parker in some, but it's 2K. Shaq's free throws have to be like a career low. Oh yeah, Magic are good. Jermaine, 18 and a half. Brand, 17. Hersey Hawkins is still playing at age 36. They got Williams here. He shoots terrible, but it's a good point guard. And Turkoglu's getting better. Oh my gosh, they signed Sabonis too. Alright, do we have practices for this? I'll just make sure I have it 1 week at a time, I guess. Alright, well, my guess of losing in the first 5 games surely didn't happen because we're now 15 and 0. I forget what the best is we've ever done. It was several seasons ago, but it was definitely in the 20s, I would say. It's 23 over the Kings. Not so great record-wise. They've got not much going on. Lonzo Mourning and Abdur-Rahim. Dirk leads the way quite a bit. I did put his shooting tendency up a little bit, I think. Yes, he's getting older. 6 for 17, that's not good. Shaq was 2 for 10. It's just one of those things where I just have to ask, what are you shooting that you're missing 8 of them? 37-point win over the Celtics this time. Shaq was better. GP double-double. Kobe leading the way with 27. Stackhouse not quite averaging as much as he did the last couple years. Larry Hughes taking a step back, it looks like, on his new team. Absolutely annihilated the Bucks. This is a team I thought would be one of the worst, and they are 6 and 9, of course. I think I've said that about the Bucks like every season, almost. Like they just look terrible, and then they somehow have a decent record for who's on their team. Dirk again leads the way, but Kobe and Peyton all had 20 as well. Shaq, 15 rebounds, but getting shorted on points, it seems, quite frequently because of Dirk, I imagine. They do have Gilbert Arenas, who's getting better. They still have Artest. Otherwise, not good. Only beat the Bulls by 3, thanks to a fourth quarter comeback, it looks like. Eddie House. Oh, I'm sorry, what? His shot tendency must be just out of this world. It is 91. Probably going to have to take a look at that so he doesn't, like, lead the league in scoring. But if you look at this team, who the heck do you expect to score? They don't have anybody. Like, put somebody on this team that can score. I don't mind somebody scoring 25 points a game, but it shouldn't be 71 overall Eddie House. I feel like Dirk's going to average 25 a game, though, if he keeps this up. We got Peyton and Kobe up there again. Shaq almost made it 4 people with 20, except he missed 8 free throws, so that'll hold him back. Be interesting to look at stats here, and I think I'll do that now that we're into December. Let's see if anything's happened around the league. We do have the G League now. So no trades. Sean Kemp tore his Achilles. I feel like he should probably retire. One of those guys that had several seasons with the Pacers, didn't do well enough probably to get the number retired, but having a nice career. There's Nash, now to 6 to 8 weeks. The first awards, Kidd and McDyess and Weber look like the main guys, but Shaq was able to get 1 week. Random Rashard Lewis there already. Players of the month were Kidd and Weber. Rookies, Stoudemire and Caron Butler. I do have Kobe and Pippen that can re-sign. Pippen probably isn't happening, but Kobe for sure will. Give him all the money he wants once he says yes. What did it say? Is he eventually going to do it? Agent is pushing me to test. Uh-oh. Well, he's somewhat happy, so. First look. No, we still can't do that because we've not scouted yet. But there are going to be lots of Pacers logos there, just so you know. Alright. Check the schedule here. So we're right before the Kings. Strength, sure, system. Let's do another conditioning. And then system. Go ahead and do the whole thing here. Individual. Let's do. Okay, good enough. All right, first scouting trip for the 2003 class. We'll go by position. Got some nice guys here. Mo Williams, Barbosa, Kirk Heinrich up here. D. Wade, of course. Not deep at the shooting guard position. LeBron and Melo. Josh Howard was a good. Oh, we got Kyle Korver. David West. Power forward's also kind of shallow. We got Luke Walton. There's Bosch. Chris Kaman. Collison. We got Perk here. Zaza. We'll get to everybody at some point, so it doesn't really matter who we click, but. Alright, 3 more wins, couple blowouts here. 27-point win over the Kings. But we've already played them twice. We scored 42 in the first. Peyton, double-double. Shaq. Gasol was 16 off the bench, missed 1 shot. I do think these 4 get to score more consistently with, well, I mean, Nash doesn't shoot a whole bunch, I don't think, but I imagine he shoots more than Pippen. With Pippen in the lineup, those guys get the shots up more often. 43 over the now 3-16 Cavs. Kobe scores 40. He is averaging 23, which is flirting with a career high because he's shooting 62%, 43 from 3. He is playing the most of his career. Hopefully he's not gonna hurt himself. He's getting most assists per 36. Ooh, that one was crazy. He didn't play that much. Probably he's missed a lot of games in a lot of years, but I wanted to see how close that is to his career has 47. That says Eddie House scored 42. I really hope somebody passes him. He shot 31 times in that game. Oh boy. 7 steals randomly for Tony Battie. What is happening in this league? So Dirk and Shaq here again. We scored lots of points. Peyton double-double. Gasol with another good game. Yao very rarely is above like 4 points, but what we expect. We got Vladimir up here now with 20. Vlade Divac still chugging along. I think he tried to retire, so this will be his last season. He started as a pacer and has kind of jumped around. This is his second stint with the Cavs. I'm sorry, third stint. 95, 96, half of the 2000 year, and now he's back. So he has a home in Cleveland for sure. Beat the Hornets. Have a winning record. I feel like I've not played that many teams with winning records. It's probably helpful for me to have my undefeated record right now. We got Van Horn Dikembe, age 36. Looks like, I hope he's starting. Olowokandi, he is starting, okay. Olowokandi's 4 worse than him. Kobe with 27 and 10 assists. He doesn't get that many double-doubles. He had 2 last year, only 6 now in his career, so nice to see him get one this early in the season. Shaq had 5 blocks. Curious what Peyton's doing. 16 and 9. That's the most points he's averaged in like 5 years. Most assists, other than that year, most of his career, but it's also thanks to Steve Nash not playing point guard. Steals are crazy still. His field goal percentage is much, much better than usual. Same with threes. I'm not sure what's happening, but I'm not going to question it. Alright, I already did. We played the Celtics twice. We've already played them twice. So we played them 4 times in the first month and a half, and then we'll be done with them. Same with Pistons. That's 3 times. Okay, let's see if we can sweep the Celtics season series. We do. And we're also up 3-0 on the Pistons. We've already played the Raptors once as well. This one, 13-point win. Michael Finley now scoring 18. Mike Dunleavy is a rookie who's the 4th pick, not shooting well, but getting 11 points per game. Kobe's on quite a hot streak. Shaq only played 27 minutes, did not foul out, and an injury did not pop up, so he must have gotten hurt in the game, but it didn't come over into the next day. It's the only way I can explain that. Rather low-scoring game compared to usual. Is 107 the lowest? No, we scored 105 there. We've scored 107 twice now, 109. So, oh, and then we scored 103. So that's our new lowest. 12-point win though. Kobe leading the team over and over now. Shaq 4 for 15. I'm gonna look. His field goal percentage is still 56. I don't know what's happened to his free throw percentage. He had his best of his career last year at 51, and now he's having the worst of his career at 40. He is still averaging 18, and his rebounds have actually gone up. Blocks are still up too. And he's still happy. I'm playing him about the same as he has the last several years. We got Stackhouse now getting 30. Tony Battie and his 7-steal self. He's averaging a double-double. We got 16 over the Pistons. Jason Kidd he played 43 minutes. They do have a point guard here. Like, Kidd doesn't have to play the whole game, but they don't have very good players other than Amare, who's a rookie, and Prince as well. There we go, Shaq, 28. We got Dirk. Let's see what he's averaging. He's up to 19 and 7. after 16-7. Otherwise, very similar. He's shooting better, not from 3, but 3 last year was ridiculous. Playing him 1 more minute. So per 36, he's up a couple points. Cool. And then 18 over the Celtics. Again, we got Stackhouse at the top. Shaq leads the way. We got Tony Parker, 12 points in 13 minutes. He's doing much better than when he got to play a little bit last year. He's almost played as many games as he did. So Tony has stepped it up. He was only like 75, I think, as a rookie. Going up 3 overall, I'm sure is helpful. Alright, did I already do it through this week? Looks like it. Let's go ahead and fill it out through the holidays here. So now all the game days do have shoot-around, so it's just some weird thing in the beginning of the season. I don't understand, but whatever. We've got, let's do a study film before we play the Magic within a week. Individual. Alright, wait. Do we have... We do have a Christmas game. We have a Christmas Eve and a Christmas game. That's fun. So maybe we should take the day off here. Probably. That would make sense. And then we have a New Year's Eve game. So we should probably take that day off too. Let's just be nice to our players. Alright, we are scouting again. We have lots of scouting trips. Steve Nash is back already. So it's supposed to be 8 to 10 weeks, and I guess, I don't know how many weeks he missed. The last game he played was November 23rd, and we are now December 18th. So it's been like 4 weeks? That's interesting. So that's how good my training staff is. I think with a broken leg, it's hard to say, like, would he go right back into the starting lineup? Last year was the only year he started every game. But he was doing really well, almost 10 assists a game. So maybe we just play him a little less. I guess I can just load in my normal lineup, and then we'll work from there. So Nash, let's take him out even earlier. And then he's already out there. Let's do like 27. That looks fine, I guess. Although maybe he wouldn't finish the game, actually. Let's let Pippen finish the game. Let's do... What does that look like? Pippen probably shouldn't be at 27. Oh, he has 2 big stretches here. Let's do Richardson. Sure. We'll do that for like the next week, and then we'll take a look out how things are going. Oh my, we just beat the Knicks by 51. But first we beat the Hawks by 27. They're decent. They got Lamar Odom, and they stole Paul Pierce from the Lakers. Why the Lakers didn't match him, I don't know. I have no idea how the 2K computer decides who to match and who not to. It made no sense. Kobe and Shaq had nice games, though. Kobe made all 13 of his free throws. Scottie Pippen got 10 assists and 4 steals. Jason Richardson randomly with 7 rebounds. Some good stats in that game. Only beat the Nuggets by 9. They are 23-5. So that looks like the competition, at least from the Western Conference. Shaq, good game. We got Peyton with 5 steals and a double-double. Pippen with all sorts of stats down there. So this team is decent. I think, is this who I beat in the finals? I don't remember. I think they were at least trying to get to the finals. They got Al Harrington, who's now 81. He left the Warriors. Got Karolinko, 82. Antonio Davis, 81, but he's backing up still 37-year-old David Robinson, getting 12 and 10, shooting amazing still. So it's a good team. They don't have much guard depth, it looks like. David Wesley is the only point guard on the team. This is going to be a fun one to look at. The Knicks, oh boy, we scored 30 points in almost every quarter. Maurice Taylor, 19 points in 15 minutes. Kind of random. They've got Kmart, and Joe Johnson should be scoring a whole bunch for this team. He's at 20. Not much else going on. Steve Nash comes back. He only plays 23 minutes, and he scores a team-high 27 points, missing 2 shots, and they were both threes. So it looks like he's okay to play. Shaq was amazing. Jason Richardson, maybe a career high at 25. Sure is. Thankfully, it said Iverson scored more than Eddie House, too. Richardson is averaging 10 points in his 20 minutes, shooting amazing, not so amazing from 3. He's still decently happy. I guess when you're winning every game, people should be pretty happy. Peyton, another double-double. Kobe, only 10 points. It's his lowest in quite a while. Let's look at Yao's stats. He is shooting 45%. That's better than I would have guessed, actually. 11 and 9. He is super ecstatic. 11 and 9 for 36, 2 blocks, so hard to hate on it. And then 35 over the Raptors. Nene, who is the 8th pick, 10 and 7. Kobe 30 again. Nash, yeah, we're going to give Nash a couple more minutes back, I think, heading into the next week. That's probably smart. I think I had a back-to-back, right? Yeah. We're about to head into a back-to-back, but at least it's at home. Let's go ahead and let Nash get back to finishing games. And that might actually be fine for now. See if Manu still deserves his 6 minutes. 44% is better than what he did last year. Pippen still doesn't say he's retiring, so we'll see how long he goes. Alright, here we go. Magic times 2 as we close near the end of the year. We won on Christmas Eve and on Christmas. Shaq has a high right ankle sprain. He will not be playing for the next few weeks. Yao Ming's about to get the first start of his career. We could play Marion, who did have a good year last year when he got to play. So we'll play him at power forward before we go to Boozer. Get Eldon up there as some big man depth. We'll go back to the normal lineup. Probably still take like 1 minute away from Nash. This lineup seems to be working pretty well, so we'll do something like that. And then we will switch. Yao, this will be Pow, this will be Marion. Alright, we don't need Yao to come back in so quickly. He can probably play a little bit there. He can start out, sure. This is probably where I'd want Kobe and Dirk in at different times. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get the centers figured out. Let's do something like that. 28 and 20. I guess Pow's technically better than Yao. Let's do 27 and 21. See how that goes. All right, we want Dirk and Kobe in at different times. Fourth quarter looks good to go. We can maybe do. We can also play Dirk and Kobe a little more. Or at least Dirk, because Marion doesn't need to play 14 minutes. We can actually play Pow more as well, if possible. So if we have Dirk go out earlier, he plays here. Marion plays there. Dirk's still in here. That can be Pow. Marion comes back in. Dirk finishes. Let's do Pow, and then get 1 minute there where Dirk and Kobe don't. One of them isn't in. Something similar here, so that Marion doesn't have to play so much here. $33. Let's put him there. When Marion's in, he's with Powell, Richardson, or Pippen, Kobe. Okay, so there's some scoring in. That's good. That looks good enough to me. Powell's at 23 because we gave him a couple of those power forward. Okay. Save that as my new no Shaq. Powell's getting a chance to shine here. Wow. He's doing amazing. He got one start last year. It was probably the last game of the year. His per 36 is awesome. Alright, finished the week here. 30 and 0. If this isn't my record for a start, it's got to be close. I surely didn't get to 40. But we beat the Magic here by 49. Again, they're a good team. We got Shaq and Scottie Pippen. 19 points. They both were 5 for 9. Kobe got up a lot of shots. So did Steve Nash. Yeah, 5 and 5. Held all their guys. I mean, Jermaine fouled out in 14 minutes. Sabonis fouled out. Brand fouled out. So all their big guys fouled out. And they had 2 guys with 10 points. Bobby Jackson and Bobby Simmons. Okay, then. Beat the Wizards by 18. They're also good. 6 steals for GP. He is still the glove. Double-double for Dirk. Shaq had 4 blocks and 14 rebounds. Damon Jones averaging 14.5 points per game. This is the team with Ray Allen and Tracy McGrady. McGrady just averages the same thing every single year. He's stuck at 82 overall. Ray Allen, 86. He should be scoring more, I would think, for this team. Beat the Rockets by 22. They're sub 500. We got Kobe getting 29 points. He's not shooting 60% anymore, but it's still ridiculous. It says let's get a contract done, so we're going to go re-sign him, I think. That'd probably be a good idea. That sounds like a good plan. Before we get any further, I hope that it's early enough to where I can dictate the terms and it's not whatever he wants, but I guess it's Kobe Bryant, so we'll go either way. Elton Brand now didn't foul out, scored 40 or played 43 minutes because Jermaine played 13 with his foul out. But 24 points, he's averaging about the same as last year. Dirk with 28. So wait, this was the game Shaq got hurt. He played 16 minutes. I didn't see him down here with his 5 and 5, so that's rough. So this is Yao's first start, and he gets 7 points, 9 rebounds, didn't shoot 50%, got a couple blocks, so decent. But Dirk was ready to go. Kobe's going to have to shoot more than 9 times when Shaq is out, I would think. Peyton didn't do great from the field. And we got Sean Marion. Nice little stat line there in his first action of the year. Let's go re-sign Kobe Bryant, if you don't mind. It also says Pippen will re-sign. I'm going to wait to see if he's going to retire, because I don't know why. He just keeps playing. I mean, he's still 81 overall and doing well, so I guess I can't blame him. I can't do whatever I want with Kobe, and it is a player option, which we found out this replaces the player option, I think. I meant to remember that from last time we did it. I think we just did it with Nash. I think he had a player option, and it got replaced with this 6.15. So, what's his at? 12.25. So if we can get the first... Oh, yeah. It's going to be cheaper to re-sign him. I think he probably deserves bird rights. We can't give him a no-trade clause. I guess he hasn't played long enough. He's only 24. Let's make... something like that. Sounds good. Don't want to lowball him. But I also want to keep it not like maxed out, because if we look at his games played, he's not played a full season but once. And the last several seasons have been bad. The last couple, 40s and 50s. So he's not super durable for whatever reason, but it's Kobe Bryant. Alright, we need to do some training. We are right here. We can do team system, body work. Oh wait, I was doing that one off because it's New Year's Day. Why not? We can study film because we play the Hornets. That actually makes sense. This is between back-to-backs. This can be something. Sure. Alright, finishing off December and entering January. We've officially finished the 2002 year undefeated. We've got some more scouting to do. Boris Diaw. Darko. Guess we can just kind of go down the list here. First trade offer in a while. Eric Dampier and a first for Yao Ming. I don't think that's fair. Shaq is back. We are going to, since we're already 2 this day, I'm going to simulate that day. Win by 42 and then put him back in. His average has gone down a bit thanks to that 5-point game when he got hurt. Probably take his minutes down to about 30. Let's do that. We're doing pretty well with Peyton starting out like that. I guess I kind of want to see if it should be Yao. See what Marion did. He was amazing. We'll go with Yao. Alright. We got a 25-point win over the Blazers. 11 and 20. Randolph still doing well. Bobby Sura. Kobe 29, Peyton 25. Only missed 2 shots. Dirk not great. Yao 10 and 7 in that start. Nice. No blocks though. Pow 1 for 9. What's going on with you? Then beat the Warriors by 18. They're very good. This is where I traded Carter and Ben Wallace midway last season to get Pippen and Jordan, where we won. Jordan has won an only championship, but Vince Carter having the best year of his career so far. He's also hurt, evidently. Shoulder tendonitis, that's going to slow him down. They still have Weber, but Carter's taking some shots away. They've got Penny, who stepped in, I guess, when Jordan got traded. They got the franchise up to 18 points. Ben Wallace has been amazing, but his field goal percentage, something happened, 44%. He's not super happy. And they also have Steven Jackson, 81 overall. So this team, I'd say the Warriors definitely going to be fighting for that final spot. I was hoping that that's who I'd play last year, so it's like who we made the trade deadline deal with, but it didn't work out that way. Kobe and Peyton leading the way again. Looks like Dirk struggled again. We got Yao third. That's the highest he's been. He was, again, not good shooting, though, 4 of 11. We shot 50%, but we had a lot of people under 50%. Then the slaughtering of the Bulls. They're awful. Kobe was wonderful. Dirk and Kobe getting lots of free throws. Powell was good. Yao was good. Pippen was good. Peyton only had 9 points, but it's fine every now and then. Marion, nice game there. 3 steals, 2 blocks in his 12 minutes. They got Chris Wilcox. Let's see, where's Eddie House? Eddie House now isn't playing. Because he's 71 overall. It's like he doesn't even play, but when he does, he starts, he plays 30 minutes, and he scores 20 points. So that's fun. It's a random team. Brian Cardinal shooting 22%. Not good. Beat the Hornets by 8. That was away, so hopefully we can do better in this next game when we're at home. They are decent. They got Big Dog here in his second year with the team. Derek Coleman back on the Hornets after 3 years with the Lakers. Kobe 28 again. Shaq's return, he gets 15 and 11. Gary Payton was 1 for 10. Pippen was 1 for 7. That's not good. Alright, we have gone through another month. Let's take a look, see what's happened. There were no trades. Nothing happening there. Now Eduardo Nahara, who's in the G League, tore his ACL. Rafe LaFrance has a spinal injury. It's not good. Our first look at the award races. We got Chris Webber and Jason Kidd leading the way. We got Peyton and Kobe trailing, and then Timmy Duncan, who's bounced back scoring-wise, shooting amazingly, and rebounds are up too. So where Garnett kind of took away last year, it seems like Duncan's taking it back. Rookie of the Year, I would say it's Stoudemire's to lose, but Drew Gooden is almost better. I mean, 2 more points, 1 more rebound, same assist, almost same steal. I think Gooden should be ahead of Amare. I don't know why he's not. I guess 39% isn't great, so Gooden's trying to get more shots up. We got Jay Williams, who is the 3rd pick. 6th man, Terrell Brandon, Crawford, Nazi, Danielle Marshall, and Marco Jaric. Shaq leading the way, Defensive Player of the Year. Weber, Kidd, McDyson. Look at Ben Wallace. Don't count him out. Most improved, Jamal Tinsley, 10 and 8. Watson. Here's Richard, who got that Player of the Week, 20 points, 9 rebounds. Corey Maggetti's averaging 23 points for Minnesota. Kobe did get a Player of the Week. We got more for Kidd. Joe Johnson, Jermaine. Player of the Month, Paul Pierce and Tim Duncan. Rookies, Tayshaun this time, along with Gooden. And our first look at the All-Star voting, Iverson and Billups, although it's a close battle, looks like, for the other starting position, but Iverson's absolutely going to be starting. I would think if Carter wasn't hurt, he'd be farther up there. Front court, Weber, Duncan, and right now David Robinson, but McNice is close. Robinson's got the fame advantage, but McDyess has the stats, it looks like. Jalen Rose, forgot he went to the Lakers. In the East, it's Peyton and Kidd. Like, unless one of them gets hurt, that will be the starting backcourt. No question. No Nash because he missed most of the season so far. Kobe leading the way. Dirk and Shaq trying to beat out Big Dog to start. We'll see if they can manage that. I would think Shaq, based on how many MVPs he had, he'd get enough votes to get there, but we'll see. And first look here at the mock draft. Oh, boy. Well, the Pacers have the first 4 picks. Well, sorry, the best odds at the first 4 picks. And 6 of the top 10. That'll be interesting. That'd be really fun to deal with. A little bit of a makeover for the team if we end up getting that. The only one I'm not sure I want is Carmelo. I mean, I'm not a Carmelo hater, but he's purely scoring, and the others play some defense, I would say, and this team doesn't need just scorers. We've got everybody on the team does that just about, now that we traded Ben Wallace. Alright, I think I already did the schedule here. I think, yeah, I did do that week, so let's do a conditioning here. Alright, we've only got, so the All-Star weekend is really early, beginning of February, so only a few more weeks to go. See how long these green W's can stay with it. 38 is definitely my record, so there's no way I've done that many. So year number 20 is a good one for the Pacers here. We got 29-point win, so it definitely was better here against the Hornets. Kobe scores 40 for the second time this season. 5 assists, 4 steals, 7 rebounds. What a game. Shot amazing. Shaq only had 3 rebounds. Richardson, 12 in 12 minutes. 13 assists for GP. Bonzi Wells gets 26. He's averaging 19 points a game. Then 45 over the Hawks. Can that help Shaq and Dirk pass. Oh wait, no, it was Robinson they're trying to pass. I think Pierce is locked up second. There's Dirk. Shaq big. Oh, he didn't miss a shot. 17 and 16 on perfect shooting. I feel like Peyton needs a rest here. He's had some real bad games, so we're going to give Nash his minute back and probably look to take Peyton down to about 30, maybe till the All-Star break, because he is struggling. 19-point win over the really good Nuggets. It's a good sign. Yeah, Peyton's shooting looking pretty horrendous here in the last few weeks. Shaq had 7 points. That's not good. He also only played 26 minutes for some reason. Then 39-point win. The Cavs, again, are awful. This Charles Smith guy's led their team twice now while I've played them. Shaq 22. There's Peyton with a better game. Nash is still doing good. So we'll adjust the minutes a little bit here before we continue. I feel like 10 minutes might be part of the problem. Can we do it anywhere else? I mean, yes, we can, but it has to be Nash, it looks like. I feel like fourth quarter is not where it would take away. Let's do there. All right, 31 and 31. We can give Shaq at least 1 minute back. I don't remember where it was. It actually was here. Well, there were a couple places. Let's do that one. Get him slowly back up to what he's supposed to be at. We're good on training, I think, for this week. Can we get to 40? We got Jamison and Andre Miller, two of the probably best players on the Clippers. For Yao and Marion, I'm going to say no to that. We annihilated the Knicks. We are 1 win away from starting off 40 and 0. Craziness. Not that I want to jinx it, but I'm kind of doubting it's going to happen anyway, so I'll just say, like, I've seen videos on YouTube of guys trying to have the perfect season. You would think, like, that would be possible. Oh, there we go. Did not get to 40 now. You'd think that'd be possible with a team like this, but especially, like, I have most of the superstars kind of hoarding them from the other teams, but 41 and 1 isn't bad either. So 38-point win over the Knicks. Dirk 33, 5 for 5 from downtown. Peyton still wasn't great. Latrell Sprewell having one of his better years on the New York Knicks. It was a 2-point loss, and at least the Wizards are good. It was a fourth quarter loss. That's rough. And the fact that I don't see Ray Allen on this screen is also rough. So they were missing their best player, and they beat me by 2. Nobody fouled out. Pippen was 0 for 6. Kobe only had 15. It wasn't a terrible game, but not great either. Spurs are really bad, beat them by 21. Still nobody over 20 for 2 straight games. Lots of rebounds for Shaq. Nash double-double, Peyton almost. They've got Antoine Walker still scoring. They got Q Rich at 16. And then beating the Nets by 12. They're 500. There's Garrett Payton. Kobe. Shaq only had 4 rebounds in that one. Dirk fouled out. I don't feel like I have guys foul out too often. That's kind of nice. Damon Stoudemire's here. That's his first year away from Washington. We are getting to the deadline, so we can take a look here in a bit on whether Sean Marion and anyone else needs to be moved. Let's do team system and then strength. I haven't done a team bonding in a while. Let's do that, and then we'll wake up and do condition. Oh wait, isn't this the All-Star break? 131, yeah. 131 team. Well, we can just kind of do team bonding every evening. Sure. Sure. And then do a little bit of conditioning before we get back to it. Alright, we'll just go these two games here. Gary Payton is re-injured. He probably will be back. I think 3 days off with a day-to-day injury. He's probably going to be back, so we will leave him in. 12-point win over the Jazz. They're terrible. Both 2010 double-doubles for Dirk and Shaq. Kobe almost made it 3 with 20. Drew Gooden scored 32 points and 15 rebounds. He is over 40% now, at least. So for the 6th pick, I mean, he is all this team has for scoring. Then beat the Sixers by 25. Kenny Satterfield with probably his only double-double, I would hope. Yep. He's played 8 games and started 5 of them. Again, this team doesn't have scoring. We get Kobe with 24. Dirk, Shaq with... He really goes up and down with rebounds. He dominates, and then the next game he gets 4. Peyton, his percentage is definitely going down. Wasn't it like 52 or something like that? Not sure what's happened to him, but I guess Nash came back and somehow that's thrown him off. Were there any trades in the league? There sure weren't. That's why Ray Allen didn't play. He tore his Achilles. That's not good. Alright. So, let's go position by position. We've got point guard covered for the next 3 years, contract-wise, and nobody here I would want to trade. We're good to go. I think they still got, yeah, Parker's actually got A- potential more than Nash, so we'll see when he passes him, if he does. Manu is somebody I need to make a decision about. This is his last year. Richardson, we've still got locked up. Steve Smith's fine. He's been touring. Don't really want to trade my mentors. We got Kobe. We just extended him. Pippen, I thought was going to retire, but we can maybe re-sign him. Can we? If we do the hard cap, hit the hard cap again, that could ruin things. Marion got to play 7 games. He's 78 overall. It says his potential's a B. Like, that might be as high as he gets. So I don't think... I mean, I guess we can just let him go, and then we're drafting all sorts of draft picks next year. That could work. power forward's pretty well taken care of, I would say. Center, we got Eldon as the mentor. So, I mean, I can look, I guess, to see what Marion will get us, if anything. Brian Grant, Leonard. I don't really know what I'd be looking for. I guess I'd be looking for someone that can mentor, or just somebody I like. I don't know that draft picks are what I need. I do know that draft picks are not what I need, is how I should say that. But I don't like losing people for nothing. I guess technically, if I want to keep him, I can re-sign him and then trade him once he has a new deal. 2 firsts from the Grizzlies. That's kind of hard to ignore. Like a trade like that, I know the Grizzlies are good, but in 3 years they might not be, because Reggie Miller will probably retire. Rice probably be gone, Cassell will be gone. McDyess could even be gone by then. The whole team could be different by then. So I feel like that's a pretty good trade. 2 firsts, and then I'd have to just sign somebody. Is there anybody to sign? Oh boy. Lionel Simmons. I guess I wouldn't have to sign anybody until there's a need to. The only other thing I would entertain is Marion and Ginobili. There's a first and Grant. Ron Artest. He was the same draft class, so he would be due a contract like Marion and Ginobili. Marcus Camby. My big guys are pretty well good to go. There's an 03 first from the Rockets. I don't remember them being particularly good, but I also think I'll have enough picks to do whatever I want in the 03 draft, which will be really fun. Jamal Mashburn's already been on the Pacers for half a season. Alright, what about Ginobili just on his own? Oh, same thing. Pfizer on a first. Grant Hill, Steve Nash. You can't be throwing Steve Nash up there. Stop it. 05, that's my pick, which is awful, for their top 3 protector, which is really the only time I would want it. Guess that's not necessarily true. Marion for 2 firsts, though. I think I'm going to do that. Because even when I did play Marion, I could have played Boozer. I don't mind playing him. If Pippen gets hurt, or Kobe, then we've got Richardson to play a lot, Ginobili to play more. We could even play Parker at some guard. Steve's so we're good to go. I think Marion for 2 firsts to the Grizzlies. I think we got to do it. Do I have any oh my god, look at this list of 03s. How many seconds I can trade? Like my seconds that are worthless. Just to see if it changes the Grizzlies trade at all. Guess I can entertain anybody else. The Bulls are awful. Ratliff. Hawks are pretty good. Suns lottery protected. It's interesting to see the couple 03s that I don't have. Alright, so I could do that without the second. Right? Or what? There might have been a second up there. There was. And that's mine, so that's fine. Alright, Marion and my 07 second for 2 firsts. Is he gonna start for them? No. He will be their 6th man though. So see if we can get the Grizzlies back into the Western Conference Finals. Alright, thank you for your services, Mr. Marion. I think, while I'm here. Well, I'll wait till the deadline, I guess. I will resign Pippin just because I'm afraid of the hard cap popping up and screwing me, so. The only other thing I thought of, like, can I now use that trade exception to just, like, whoops, trade 2 seconds for a player? No. No players. Oh, there was somebody. Was it a fake person? Oh yeah, Mitch Hardy. I could also trade a first from somebody who's really good. The Warriors or Nuggets or Lakers. Warriors, Nuggets, or Lakers. Looks like the Nuggets. So we can trade maybe the Nuggets pick for a player? No? No? That's a no. Mitch Hardy again? Huh. Okay, so I really would have to sign somebody. Well, it would probably need to be a small forward. So that's what I just traded. Lionel Simmons was there. Doug West, Greg Minor, Todd Day. Just thinking of guys that can play small forward. Willie Bird and Chris Mills, I wouldn't mind. Don McClain. Let's see, between Mills and Simmons. Mills is a year younger, has better layups, better threes. Let's look at defense. He's better at defense. I think we're going with Chris Mills. 1 year minimum. Welcome to the team. Number 34, I guess so. I feel like I had one of those at some point, but obviously not right now. He can probably mentor somebody. Playmaking small forward? I don't think so. He can probably be two-way. And let's see, does he? I didn't even look to see if he had badges. He has 0 badges. Was that a bad idea? Did Simmons have badge? He had 1 badge, so whatever. Alright. Now we've probably got to redo this. Yes. We gave Nash, and then Peyton, Nash, I think, and then we took away from Shaquille. Let's do 32 now. Alright, so we lost Sean Marion, but we gained 2 future firsts for a guy that wasn't playing and probably not going to be on the team next year. So, if you wanted to know the trick of how I collected so many first-round picks, that was more or less my strategy from the beginning. Is if you have people that aren't in your rotation and you can get first-round picks for them, especially if they're not in scope for, re-signing next year, then you trade them. Or do what you want. That's what I did. Alright, now we're getting through the trade deadline. Peyton's back. We already left him. Would I like to stop? No, I wouldn't. Alright, we already looked at those two, so now here's the 30-point win over the Bulls. Jermaine Jones leads the team this time. Again, no Eddie House. Kobe and Dirk. Shaq with 18. Nash 4 for 14. Only played 28 minutes for some reason. My chemistry's still 100, even though I made a trade. That's interesting. Alright, get through here. More scouting. Get the real people. Oh, I forgot about Jose Calderon. Can't be forgetting about him. Make sure there isn't anybody. It's going to be a quick scouting of everybody. I don't think this was a super deep class. It was just very, very good at the top, and then didn't create that many people. So that's kind of what I'm saying. Didn't go out of my way to make sure there were a whole bunch of people available. Just making sure the key guys were there. Alright, we just got to the All-Star break at 46-1. Another win over the Cavs. Jacques Vaughn leading the team, averaging 14 points a game. Dirk 25. We're hoping that we have 4 All-Stars, because Peyton should be starting, Kobe should be starting, then Shaq and Dirk were 4th and 5th. Maybe one of them passed Robinson. My guess is it would be Dirk, because he's been ahead of Shaq in a lot of these games. 12-point win over the 22-20 Lakers. Chauncey Billups, 32 points. So while they let Pierce go, they signed Rasheed Wallace and Jalen Rose, and Rip Hamilton. So they used their money well, but they lost, I think, the second best small forward in the league for it. So look at Luke Longley with 13 boards. Dirk right there, trying to solidify his role as a starter in the All-Star game. I am hopeful that he did it. Let's go find out. Let's see how close we were first. So Iverson and Billups, Weber, Duncan, McDyess. In the East, Peyton, yep, along with Kidd. Nash did end up making the voting. Dirk did pass Big Dog. Big Dog's also hurt, so it wouldn't have mattered. But Dirk Nowitzki, did he make it last year? He did. Okay. So he made his first All-Star team last year at 16-7. Now he's averaging 19-8. He makes it as a starter. Shaq, that's his first time not starting in quite a while, I would imagine. Alright, let's see. There they are, 3 starters. And a reserve. The Magic got 3. We got Bonzi Wells in here. For the West, Kenny Anderson, averaging 10 points, 7 assists, makes an all-star team. Guess he's riding off of his previous success. Jay Rich in the dunk contest, I think for the 3rd time. Or 2nd time, I guess. He can't be in more years than he's played. But he was definitely in it last year. Morris Stoudemire in it, that's cool. 3-point contest, no Pacers. We got 2 Suns, 2 Nuggets. And then Paul Pierce, we got people shooting 50%. And Random Ryder, 39%. So he's been in it several times. I promise Allen Iverson does not shoot 49% from downtown. Here are the rookies. And the sophomores. Jay Rich made it. No Yao, though. That's kind of sad. Guess he wasn't playing enough. If there was a fake guy, I would take him out, but whatever. Alright, let's go ahead and sim through here. We can take, before I forget, we can take Kobe off the target list. Alright, close one here between the youngsters. This is the losing team. Arenas with 18, Stoudemire. So this team didn't have any Pacers players. Randolph was bad. This is where Richardson was, 12 points. Looks like your MVP is probably Caron Butler with his 15, 5, and 5. Powell was 6 and 7. Vladimir was not good. Richardson did win the dunk contest. I think he did last year. And the worst percentage shooter, Ryder, I think that's at least his second three-point championship. I wish you could see the history of that, but you can't. I guess I could go back and watch all 20, seasons of my videos to see, but that sounds awful. I mean, my videos are awesome, right? But I'm not going to watch all of them. 10-point win for the East. So the Pacers, Stars win. Iverson leads the team for the West. Double-double for Weber. For the East, shot over 50% from downtown. Gary Payton leads the way. 17, 4, and 6. Looks like that's the MVP, I would say. Dirk was second. We got Kobe here with 11. Shaq 11. And Jason Kidd got 10 assists. And that also got us into the next month so that we can see the awards. There were no trades other than what I did. No signings other than what I did. Nobody's been fired. No new... Well, that's a new injury. Antoine dislocated his patella. Shaq is now past Kobe and Dirk is in it. So Peyton disappeared. We still got Kidd and Weber out front. Rookie of the Year, Sotomayor. Butler past Gooden. Six man, look like the same people. Kidd past Shaq and Defensive Player. I think Weber was first before. I mean, Shaq was first, but I think Weber was second. Most improved still Tinsley. And season awards. Player of the week, we got a Kobe. A couple more Kids. Kidd and Iverson again, and Amari and Gooden. Alright, and we just looked at this and saw LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Anthony, LeBron, Wade, Anthony, Bosh, LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Anthony. So, and also my other pick looks like it fell out of the top 10, so we were down to 5 in the top 10 instead of 6, but we've got, oh my gosh, we've got possibly 8 in the lottery right now. That's going to be fun. That will be fun. Quick look at the player stats first. So Shaq's hopefully not going to go below 17. That'd be really sad to see. He's shooting a little worse than last year. Thankfully, his free throws have gone up from the 40 that it was before. His per 36 has taken a hit because this guy is amazing. He's now the same overall as Shaq. Kobe's having a great year. Peyton as well. Not much going wrong. Pippen's like the only guy not shooting amazing, but 45% is pretty good. Yao's over 50%. I don't know when that happened. Let's see. In his starts, 10 and 8. Okay. But only shot 44%. Got to start 4 games. So far, Pippen started 14 when Nash and Peyton got hurt. All right. And maybe a quick look as well here. So we're 13 and a half games out in front of the Wizards, who are the only team that's beat us so far. Some bad teams down there in the West. It's the Sonics. Who is on the Sonics? That's the Garnett Duncan. Yep. They're starting Kukoc over Bowen. I don't think that would happen. Kukoc looks like he would be the 6th man on this team. They're just loaded. They've got 7 guys over 80, almost 8. Pretty cool team. The Mavericks are 3rd because they're leading their division, but really they would be down here. And we'll do a quick look at the league leaders to see that Iverson leading the way. Thankfully, Eddie House hasn't played enough to be up here. um, we only have 8 guys averaging 20 points a game. Kind of weird. Kids playing 38 minutes. McDyess 37. Rebounds, McDyess, Weber. We got Shaq in 5th. Assists, Kid dominating the league. Van Exel at 9. Steals, Kid, Iverson, Peyton. We got 3rd and 4th. Blocks, Shaq leading the way. I don't see Ben Wallace. I saw him in rebounds. He's getting 1.9 blocks. Oh, he's right there. Turnovers, Kid getting lots. Fouls. Kobe shooting the best percentage right over Allen Iverson. Oh, boy. Iverson shooting the most. Jamal Crawford's an amazing three-point shooter. White Chocolate shooting the most of them, though, and not a good percentage. Googs is an amazing free throw shooter. Corey Maggette shooting more of them than Shaq. Interesting. Alright, well, that's where we will stop, and we will pick back up next time with the second half of the 2002-2003 season. Thanks for tuning in. Two Check Redemption out.